All right, so today is back day. It is funny because I woke up and for some reason my arms have been feeling pretty good. Like, it's pretty good to have like a bit of an arm day, but I gotta do back. I haven't done back in about, how long has it been? I think I did back maybe like 4 days ago or three, somewhere around there. I haven't done it in a while. So I gotta hit that. Even though my arms, like I will say, like it's not that they're sore, but they just feel so perfect to do them today. Like I know that feeling. But let's just do back. And yeah, my back's feeling pretty good to hit. Now don't mind my headphones. I was just listening to a video right now. Particular like I was actually listening to Ronnie Coleman. Get me up on it. That is one thing. I wish all the gyms that I went to had the lightweight and yeah buddy sound effects of Ronnie Coleman. It would make me very pumped up whenever I'm working out, just pumping out heavy ass weights. All right, here's my shower. Let's get to it.
There's no weight. Bigger range of motion, basically.
Yeah. When you put a bit of weight on that,
Yeah.
it's much harder to pick it.
Yeah.
Same thing with this too.
I'd say stretch more. Uh-huh.
Okay, so we're back at my house. So today, unfortunately, I was gonna record as usual, but it's just a shame because I go to the gym every single time, but they told me that I couldn't film with my tripod. So yeah, it looks like we're not going to that gym anymore, which kind of sucks, but it's what it is. I'm gonna be going now more to Species and probably to the gym where I did legs too, because they didn't give me a problem for that. Species gave me no problem when I was using this tripod. So it's what it is. Yeah, I'm going to pose down right now, and I actually need to measure my muscles. So I'll just put this microphone. You know what? I'll actually put it here. There you go. All right. So we worked, well, this is 8 hours later. Yeah, and so I'm going to measure. So let's measure first with inches. Yeah, it's right here. So I tend to flex whenever I'm measuring myself. So if I put it like this, exactly. Let's see what we got. Okay, so it's at 14.25. 14.25-ish. What about my left bicep? Sometimes, not every single time, but sometimes they're a bit different from each other. So, yeah, like that. Yeah, as I thought. So my right bicep, it's bigger by a few centimeters. That's very interesting because a month ago, this bicep was bigger than my right one by a few centimeters. So, yeah, it's weird. It is weird. So 14.5, okay, or 14.25. What about forearms? I like to measure my forearms. They've been about like 11 inches. Oh shit. It's 12 inches now. Yeah, it's 12 inches. Damn. Now, I know that this isn't the most accurate. Well, no, this is actually. Just not when it comes to body fat, obviously. For body fat, wait, hold up. This is weird. Hold up. Yeah, this is really weird. There's no way. Let me do this again. What the heck? Okay, let me show you. So this, you see this? You see? 12 inches, all right? Now look at my left forearm. This is such an imbalance. What the fuck? How was that even possible? Well, no, now that I look at it, it is... What the hell? Look at this. Can you see that? Look. It's at 11.5. It's not even, hang on. Let me do it from here. But look at this shit. It's 11.5. My right forearm is bigger than my left by half an inch. I don't know about you guys, but half an inch, that's a lot. That's a big difference. When I first measured it right here, it was like an inch of a difference. I just want to be sure because there's no way. There's no way. Yeah, what the fuck? It's bigger than it by it's 11.5. My right forearm is 12 inches. My left one is almost 11.5. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so now for my chest. So I don't know. I kind of want to be silent here because I think, in my opinion, visually, because I look at myself every single day, my chest has gotten smaller for the past month. I don't know why, but I think it's because my muscles are getting very used to the chest workout that I'm doing. So I'm gonna have to apply more shot. Like, yeah, no, this is way shorter. 4 weeks ago, my chest was, without even flexing, my chest was like this. Hang on. It was like that. Yeah, like this. Now it's okay. Weird. Chest day is gonna be, you know what? Even though I haven't done arms since Saturday, and this is gonna weird you guys out because I usually post these videos ahead. I haven't hit arms in about, let's see, it's Monday, Sunday. Okay, it's been 4 days since I hit arms, and it's been 3 days since I hit chest. Right now, my chest does not feel fatigued. It feels pretty good. I think I should hit chest more because something's not right here. I seem to be very analytical with this stuff, and whenever I see a halt in rate of progression, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, what's going on here? Okay, so let's see. This is how I measure my chest, and this way it's traditional. I don't flex or anything. I don't flex my lats, even though your lats inevitably play a role in this. But I just kind of relax. What is that, like 42? Yeah, that's 42. 42 inches. Okay. 42 inches. Okay, now for the way how I can actually know more if my chest has grown. So I tend to do this. I like to put this edge. So the thing about this measuring tape is that it doesn't start from this part, but it starts from here. So from that 0, I tend to put it almost to the armpit, but not exactly. I basically just put it where the pectoral muscle starts. So I could say it would be like right here, towards the middle. Okay, that's 8.5 inches. What about here? You have to like look visually. Yeah, it'd be like right here. Wait, am I? Oh, hang on. Let me put this like, well, the way how I usually do it. So I usually do it from here. Okay, I'm doing it wrong. Hang on. There we go. Okay, it's 8.5. Let me just do this again. So it would be from here. If I could just see. Yeah, around, like right there. Hold up. Man, this is annoying. Okay, it's 8.5. Okay, so just so you guys have context, I have a journal, and I know my chest last month was 8.5. Hold up, let me show you. I like to write it down, so exactly. You get to see the numbers, which are the facts, Okay, so there you go. May 10th, chest 40.5, 41. Okay, that's a good sign. 41. My chest literally a month ago, my chest was at 40.5. You remember what I said it was? It's 42 inches now. But the left and right pectoral muscles, which you see right here, they're about the same, 8.5, 8.5. So what does that mean? Well, by measuring this entire side, I'm really measuring let's say, the width coming out. Now, I'm going to say primarily what's making that increase here, unfortunately, is more the lats. Because if it was the chest, this, if I can just, each pectoral muscle here, 8.5, 8.5, would be at, let's say, 9 inches now. But it's not. And then my biceps right now are about like 14.25-ish. So, yeah, last month it was at 14 inches. They basically grew a few centimeters. My goal is 15 inches. I'm getting close to 15 inches. I'd say, you know what? Because now I'm not saying that I wasn't serious, but now that, let's say, I have more foundation and I have a much more sophisticated training, and now I'm more tracking my, let's say, diet and my bulking and stuff. Basically, I'm just more serious into this. I'm taking it more seriously. I would say by July, let's get this to 15 inches. And if we're gonna do that, I'm really gonna have to fucking like go hard in arms. I don't mean go hard like in the weights, but feel every contraction. So far, I would say that the biggest reason why my biceps have grown ever since I started training was because during the first 5 months of training, I was so focused on the freaking muscle of the bicep. Every contraction, squeeze, every negative and positive, just the bicep doing the entire work. Of course, the first 5 months have the biggest newbie gains, but yeah, I'm surprised with my forearms. That's really weird. Yeah. Yeah, and these measurements are not like 100% because, as I said, like that chest measurement, the problem with that is that your lats get wider. I've been working on lats. I mean, look, from here, I have this position, got the back. My lats have been getting bigger in width. Okay, next would be thighs. Let me write this all down though, so I can get it done. The right and 14 left. Let's measure. Is there anything I have to measure my upper body? I have to do the shoulders, but I can do my belly or my waist. Let's do the waist. Let me just take this. Do I? Ah, shit. You know what? I'll just put it like this. Yeah, I'll put it like this. Yeah, I'll put it like that. Yeah, this should be the waist. Let's see what this is at. It should be more. What is that? 32. What was it last time? Okay, 32. All right, that's good. 32 inches. Let's say that it's not like a great thing because I'm bulking, but that doesn't matter. As long as my muscles are growing, that's fine. Now, the glutes. You know what? I'll be right back. It's just that I need to change what's underneath these pants. Alright. Okay. Let's do glutes. So, just like this. This may be funny because I don't think there's many guys that do this. But as I said before, I'm serious about proportions. I think it's crucial for a guy to have proportions in his physique, especially if they're bodybuilding. I'm not competing, but I treat this stuff seriously. I like to maintain myself proportionate, you know? Okay, so the funny thing is because I'm not a girl, so I have to fucking put this just you know, in a position where it doesn't beat my crotch, so it doesn't interfere with the measurement. with the measurement. Yeah, that's fine. This is pretty good. You know, because it's not interfering there. So, yeah, exactly. What is that? Okay, it's like 36.5. Ah, shit. So, my glutes were 36.5. Right now, it's the same. So, I can kind of see why. Because when I went to Florida, I wasn't able to hit as much hip thrust. So, you see, that's what happens when you're not very, very consistent all the time. So, this is about the same. I'm trying to get it to 37 inch. And then for belly, my last record was 32.5 because again, I'm bulking. It should be more now, probably. Let's see. Oh, shit. So, like right there. Yeah, right around. Right about there. What is that? Okay, it's at 33. And I'm not holding it in, I'm literally just normal. It's at 33. Okay. You know, this is funny because I'm actually glad of that. My last one was 0.5, 32.5. Now it's at 33. That's actually pretty good because I'm bulking. The way how I know I'm getting bigger is when my belly's out. Because for me, my fat, I've always been a skinny person, but if I eat a lot, well, you know, it just goes here, lower belly. But here's the thing is when I get to eat maintenance, because I have such a high metabolism, I get very shredded super easily. I get shredded like in no time. I get shredded in 3 weeks. I'm not talking about like just striations. No, I mean like if I eat at my maintenance level in 3 weeks, I'm gonna have a flat stomach with a 6-pack. And then in a cut, like that's just ridiculous. Like if I'm gonna cut, not even that, in my maintenance level, I get to, the obliques start showing too. So, but I'm not doing that right now. I can't even imagine how I'm gonna look like in the cut. I've never done that before. It's so fucking crazy. I mean, the most I can hold back right now is up to here. Yeah, no, I mean, interesting. So, yeah, let's keep this about 33.5 for July. And, all right, let's measure our thighs, which is really the quads and the hamstrings. So, let's measure the right first. You know what? Let me do this like this. So, right now, you can see. Let's do the right. Yeah, let's do the right. And again, like what I said before, I like to flex it. And I measure my thighs from not completely up to here, but just right there. right around there. Because that's the same spot I did last time, and I've been doing that spot ever since. Yeah, around there. So, okay, 22 inches. That's actually pretty good. So, my right on my thigh last month was 21.5, now it's 22. And the left, which was more last month, let's see what it's at now. Fucking hell. Jesus. It's at 22. Okay. 22. Let's get this. So it's this one. Let's try to get this to 23 inches. I'm gonna have to write it like this because I can't write backwards or something. So, yeah, like that. Let's just, yeah, it was the spot. Exactly. Okay, it's at 14.5. My right calf. And my left calf. It's at 14.
Okay.
It tastes like a watered down version of the tea we got at the shop.
Yeah, I like it. More.
We'll do the right shoulder. This is my older sister.
Oh. I had no idea it was being filmed.
Oh.
What's up, y'all?
I think you did it like that last time. It's crazy that a month already passed. Jesus.
Time flies.
Okay, so basically you're at 13 and like 0.9.
Es que con este paso me gané
13.9.
porque lo arranqué el piso y le dije, eso
Okay,
está
so
muerto,
increase.
se lo voy a arreglar. Ok.
Yeah, right. What about the left? I'll go back more, just in case.
13.9.
Scoot back a little more.
Yeah, exactly. I've been increasing my belly. I've measured that too.
Really?
Somehow this shoulder is bigger. It's 13 and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta work the other one out more, brother.
No. You told me that this one is 13.9, and this was 13.5.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me do it again.
Are you sure it's like that'd be crazy if it was 14?
Oh, my apologies. I'm sorry. I was getting this wrong. Yeah, it's 14.
It's about the same.
Yeah.
All right.
So the right one is a little bit
Try to.
smaller.
All right. Goal is for July to get them at 15 inches. Yeah, my shoulders are 14. My biceps are like almost 14.5.
14. Yeah. Okay.
What? No. I'm
That's
good.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
okay.
yeah. All right, so we got to measure some of our body parts today. Let me just put my shirt back on so I can talk to you guys. Okay, so let me show you this. Right now, what are the highlights that have been growing for myself? So I would say my biceps, right? That's one. The other would be thighs because it was 21 on right, now it's 22. This one's 22. So yeah, just very slowly growing. My calves have grown, but my right one is bigger than my left, so my glutes have stayed the same. My forearm has grown but disproportionately on each arm, and my belly has grown. And my shoulders, so both of them are 14. Yeah, right was 13.5, now it's 14. I'm trying to get to 15. So what's the goal here? I'd say my primary focus now for this month, and I'm gonna say for this month, we really need to get these babies right here. We need to get them bigger. No exception. We have to get them bigger because for the past since April, okay, since April, my chest on pectoral muscles each side has been 8.5. What is it right now? Right now it's 8.5 still. So they have not changed. It stayed the same. It's been the same since the past, let's see, it's been, honestly, I think it's been the same since March, even though I haven't tracked it, but I'm gonna be confident that it stayed the same since March. So, yeah, I've said this before, my chest is a weak point. It could be the workout that I've been doing, because the thing is, so I can give you guys some context, I've been using a lot of the chest workouts that I've been doing from Arnold, and my chest has grown. I remember the first 4 months from lifting, they grew a lot from that. So I figured I'm gonna keep doing it because I saw good results doing it. But then 3 months passed by, and my chest has stayed the same. And after 2 months, I noticed that it stayed the same, but I didn't really think much about it because I thought more of like, okay, maybe it's something with my diet, maybe it's the amount of reps I'm doing, maybe not even that. I remember maybe I'm not focusing much on the muscle contraction, on the flexing. So I've been doing this. So far, that hasn't changed anything. So clearly that's a sign that I have to change everything what I've been doing with chest, because that's not been responding well. Biceps, on the other hand, if we look at the growth, since April, they were 14. What are they at right now? They're at 14.25. They haven't been growing as much as they should. So I would say that I should change the biceps too. Yeah, I should change the biceps too. But I've noticed more, maybe it's my triceps that have gotten bigger. Because I think visually, I do see that my arms have gotten bigger over the past 2 months, but I think it's because of my tricep. I think my tricep has just gotten bigger, but not necessarily my bicep, like, insane. My thighs, which are my quads with my hamstrings, that's been growing. Like, since April, it was 21.5, and it's 21.5. Oh, wait, bicep was 14 inches, left and right. Now, right is 14.25, left is 14. I still think that we need to change something there. Thighs definitely have grown, because it was 21.5 on April 10th. Now it's 14 point, oh wait, no, it's 20, wait, hold up. My bad, thigh was 21.5, both of them. Now it's 22. Okay, so they've grown half an inch. Not as much as they should grow. There's a lot more potential that I could be growing at more, especially at my beginner level. Here's the thing. Your growth spurt towards the beginning stages, the first year and two, should be exponential. You need to take advantage of that because you're having newbie gains. If you have newbie gains, you should, and you're stalling like what I am right now, you have to change something because you have newbie gains. Like, you still have a lot that you could definitely enhance. Like, I'm saying that you have a lot that you could definitely advance. So we got to change the workout because I am plateauing a bit with that. Like, I could be growing more than what I am right now. I think it's just simply that my body's adapted very quickly to those workouts. My bicep workout in particular, I've been doing that since January, and now it's June. Makes sense, you know? You start to see the causes, and it makes sense. Like, okay, you started January, you're not growing as much as you should. Makes sense because you did in January. Your body's been adapting. I've been learning that even though so far I'm analyzing. I haven't made a full research on it from my body, but I could say that maybe my body starts adapting to a workout 4 to 5 months at my beginner level. 4 to 5 months, it starts to, like everyone, it starts to adapt a bit. even changing then and there a bit with the workouts. I have to change it completely, the intensity as well. Now, my thighs. My thighs have grown, and I think that's because ever since May, I started doing more of a Lee Haney leg workout. Now, like the leg day that I had, the video before this, I actually did not use, I obviously used some parts of Lee Haney, but I decided to change it with using a much more bigger weights with lower workouts, more intensity in that single workout. So that's for thighs. Now my calves, obviously they've gotten bigger because, oh wait, hold up. My calves here on February were 13.75. Then on April, it was 14. Okay, not much of a change. But then look at now. Now it's 14.5. So April, it was 14. Now it's 14.5. What was it at in May? It was 14. Okay, yeah, that's just doing it every day. That's why I've grown my calves from just doing it every day. 7 sets up to 15 to 20 reps on a lot of weight, or sometimes not much weight when I don't do weight, but just on a platform. The full contractions and growth and hypertrophy of the calves there are just rep ranges. Glutes have grown since April. They were 36, now it's 36.5. That's just from starting to do hip thrusts since March, I think. That's when I started doing them. Yeah, it was 35. Yeah, it was because of that. Now, forearms. I don't do any forearm workouts. I would say they've been growing very slowly just from, carrying dumbbells and doing curls and such. But yeah, my forearms have stayed somewhat the same ever since, I think, maybe February. Yeah, since February. That could be improved, I would say. My shoulders have been growing, so I'm going to keep that the same until I see something lacking. My chest, so the biggest priority here, okay, would be the freaking chest. My chest has stayed the same for months now. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, it's Wednesday, Thursday, so maybe if I take there's 7 days in a week, and I take one rest day, so I have 6 days of consistent training. If I fit in 2, that's basically a pause of about 3 days. So if I start chest on the first day, that's 1, then there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6. So basically from the start to the finish, I do chest. So here's what I could do. After my rest period, the day after, I'm taking rest on Tuesday, so on Wednesday, I'm gonna hit chest. Then you have other workouts. It could be, I don't know, arms, back, legs, then chest again. So this would be Wednesday, chest, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then Sunday, chest again, and then Monday, whatever, right? It could be maybe arms or something. So I'm hitting, by this sort of way of working out, I'm hitting 2 body parts at same time in the same week. But chest definitely has to be a row. In fact, I've been doing that now that I think about it. I think I have to hit it more consecutively instead of spreading it out. So here's what I mean. If I have chest on the first day, then I do arms, then I do back, I should do chest again. And then the day after that, I could do legs. Here's why. If I do chest, then arms, then back, then chest, then legs, then you have arms. Okay, so it would actually have to be this. Chest, arms, chest, back, legs, and let's say chest again. So I'm hitting chest 3 times. Let's try that out. Let's try to do chest. I know that sounds like a lot. and I have to really see. But I think that's the best approach. Yeah. I am changing because the thing is that I've been doing chest. The only time I get a pump from doing the chest is whenever I do isolation. Like I get a pump from doing the chest whenever I do push-ups and cable crossovers, but that's so normal, right? Those are workouts particularly meant to put blood in the chest. But if I start doing compound like bench presses or inclines, I don't get much of a pump. I'm kind of like a little pump, but not much. And so I need to sort of change that. I need to add way more heavier weights on the compound movements and switch my chest workouts on the start to finish to using different ones. Cable crossovers works fine to me, but I do need to change it to see what can sort of shock. I am plateauing in chest, obviously. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I am plateauing on it. So yeah, let's do that. Tomorrow, the last time I hit chest was back on Sunday, and that was technically 3 training days ago because I had a rest day period yesterday. So, you know, I could hit, I'm going to hit chest tomorrow. Let's do chest tomorrow. I know we haven't done arms yet, but as you see, like chest is something I've been lacking so much. So let's do chest tomorrow. We'll do it at Species. It's gonna play like loud ass music, but I can at least record. They don't give me a problem. And yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Now, I'll do lower sets. Yeah, I'll have to research that, but you guys will see. All right, so that's the focus. Let's get our freaking chest bigger on June. By July, that shit needs to be now at 9 inches per each pectoral. In fact, if I go hard, very hard, which I will, fucking 9.5. Let's get to 9.5 inches by July, all right? I'll see you guys next time.